Next, we're going to have the aggregated network APIs for the German market, which, as we call them in the GSMA, are the market champions. These are the champions that are aligning APIs and going to market unified across it. And I'd like to really welcome on stage the godfather of Kümmerle, Markus from DT, also Johanna Wood from Vodafone, and David de Waal from Telefonica. Take it away, you guys.
Hello, good afternoon. Happy to be here today, not with my Kümmerle hat. Today I wear my Magenta hat. So, local champion is a very important thing. When I remember back, I had the luck to lead the Magenta API program now for 3 years, since the beginning. When we have been 2 years ago on Mobile World Congress, we could see the first APIs in the labs. Last year, we already could see more than 20 showcases all over the world in the live networks. And this year, it's really tremendous. We see so many announcements of productive launches, commercial launches of APIs, and that's really great. And the Local Champion initiative helps for that, because the task is to define APIs in the market, to win a channel customer, and bring the APIs in the market, and then find customers. So we are here for Germany, and yeah, I'm really happy to have Vodafone and Telefonica also, O2, here on stage, because we only win together. And we are proudly present now what we achieved for the German market. We have worked on 2 business areas. The one was about fraud, and that David now will present.
Yes, so 2 of the APIs that we are launching in Germany are to combat fraud. And these are the APIs that are getting more demand from our customers. We're seeing that they are actually demanding them. They are coming to say, wait, we need this. So they're simple APIs. One is the number verify API that is whose goal is to check if a phone number that the user is entering in an app is the same, matches with the phone number of the device that the app is running. So it's very simple, but it all happens automatically. It happens underneath. There is no SMS. There is no message coming. You don't need that because the network is actually connecting. So that is a very, very interesting API, and I think it's going to be quite successful. The second one is SIM swap. SIM swap just tells you how long ago the SIM in a device has been changed. Why is that useful for anti-fraud? Because many times the bad guys, they take new phones, they copy SIMs, they put the new SIM into the new phone, and they try to do their thing. If we detect that the SIM has changed recently, then it's harder for them, or it can be an extra check that developers can use in their applications to make sure that there is no fraud involved. So yeah, we're very, very optimistic about these 2 APIs because we think they're solving real business problems that applications have today.
Yeah, thanks, David. And I think it's a great step. On Monday, we have launched the first Kümmerle API commercially as an aggregated version available for customers, for developers in the local market in Germany. And that's a really great step. And I think more will follow. And we are also happy to work on a second business area. It's all about quality and demand, very interesting one. And Johanna can also.
Yeah, so it's really great to have the fraud products coming into the portfolio, but we always wanted to start to work on some of the more innovative areas. So again, together, we have worked on a Kümmerle version of quality on demand. And with this, we've been doing some testing in conjunction with Siemens Energy and Microsoft. And actually, it's a really interesting use case for Siemens Energy. So they have a number of remote engineers who use the HoloLens product to be able to run some remote diagnostics. And so we've been working with Siemens Energy on how quality on demand can help improve that experience as the video is going back to the engineers kind of on the ground helping with those diagnostics. Because typically the engineers are out working on wind farms or they're working on vessels in docks in areas where there's not necessarily, doesn't sound great for us, but fantastic mobile coverage. And so they're using the quality on demand API to be able to improve the experience right at that critical point when the video is going back for the engineers to examine. So more to come and more opportunity there for testing and more product areas that we are exploring together as the German market.
Yeah, thanks, Johanna. And as Peter already mentioned, it's really key for developers that we have a coverage in the market. For that, I really want to thank you for Telefonica, for Vodafone, to work together with us. It's really together that makes us strong. So thank you very much that you can make it together with us very successful. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Markus.
Well, congratulations, Germany. One of the first unifications of the APIs, as we've just heard, and the use cases that go through. We now are moving into our second session here, and we are very honored to have one of our platinum sponsors, Nokia, coming to talk to us and questioning our network APIs, ready to get out of the lab and into the real world. So please welcome Skumbin Hapiti, Head of Network Monetizations Business Units, Cloud and Network Services from Nokia. Welcome, Skumbin.
Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. It's really a pleasure to be here. I think it was really exciting to hear the previous speakers there, seeing some progress in a quest of opening up the networks, something that telco industry has tried for a very long time. Peter talked about a learning and unlearning and trying new things there. Today, I'd like to talk about our journey in empowering developers with 5G capabilities. And the reason why we're trying to do that is that there is a tremendous value that has been created by the telco industry, which is very valuable to other industries, some of those that have probably never heard of Mobile World Congress. And they are the ones who are creating a tremendous value through their digital transformation journey. Our task is to get those capabilities into the hands of those verticals so that they can continue creating value in their digital transformation journey, at the same time sharing part of that value with the telco industry. And developers are at the heart of it. I'll talk a bit about our journey. I'd like to share the way how we see the world, what we have done so far, share with you some use cases that we have already developed during 2023, and hopefully that would provide some topics for discussion and brainstorming going forward in your projects. I think the recipe is rather simple. In order to open up the capabilities of the telco world, there are 3 simple steps. You need programmable networks, you need a global platform to empower developers, and of course, a partner ecosystem that would play along. And I'll take you one by one. Start with programmable network. The good thing is the programmable networks are by design made in 3GPP and other standards bodies when the 5G specs have been created. They have been specified, implemented, and deployed as we speak. There is tremendous capability there. We need to get access to those, and that's the first step that we have done with our platform. We got connected to a number of CSP networks, all of them which are programmable. Some of those that I'm happy to talk about are shown here. We have been working with British Telecom, with Telekom Argentina, Dish. With Deutsche Telekom, we have had a very interesting use case as well in Germany, and so on. In Finland, we have recently signed an agreement collaborating in getting access to developers through a platform that runs on a 5G SA core, which is actually run as a service. We run network as code platform on top of it, together with APIs and SDKs. And the use cases are targeting a specific vertical around logistics and transportation. And this is a very exciting journey to show the power of opening up 5G networks to the developers in that particular domain. The way we do that is giving access to developers through a simplified, clean access to the complex telco capabilities. Simplification is absolutely necessary if we want to gain access to developers who don't know much about the telco world, and they actually should not know much about the telco world. Our platform provides that clean design, access to the right APIs which we have developed. Quality of service on demand is one, location is the other one. Something that we call specialized networks is another one. You might know this better. These are network slicing. But some developers out there, they don't know what network slicing means. But if you go and talk about specialized networks, they'll fully understand. There are several use cases that we have tried during 2023. Talked about the drone operations in Deutsche Telekom's network. Very interesting demo. There's a video out there on YouTube. If you search, you'll find that a drone being flown remotely from Belgium in the German airspace, utilizing quality of service on demand and device location to enable the access to the network. Working with our partner Innova Solutions on finance and asset management, some immersive streaming use cases, 5G sports broadcast through 5G devices instead of bulky and big broadcasting systems. Working with a startup from Estonia that drives remotely cars in the street of Helsinki in a dire need for quality of service on demand API, network insights API, and similar. Probably one of the other exciting ones is steering remotely giant ships. I can't describe that, so I have a video for you to actually hear from them.
CFAR is a technology company developing technology to remotely operate crew-reduced or unmanned vessels in the inland industry. When we're remotely operating a barge, the critical aspect is the connection between the vessel and the remote operating center. We need the connection between the vessel and the remote operating center to be hyper-stable to assure the operational availability of the vessel and the safety.
In the past, CFAR relied on the commercial network infrastructure to enable the communication between the vessel and the remote captain. The quality that they needed for that communication was not guaranteed.
That's where Network as a Service, in short, NaaS, comes in. Network as a Service allows developers to program and customize the behavior of a commercial mobile network.
Telenet and Liberty Global have deployed Nokia's 5G standalone technology. This enables 5G slicing, which reserves and prioritizes network resources.
Our situational awareness application is creating geofenced areas in the port to indicate the busiest areas. And once the remote captain is approaching that area, the application is dynamically triggering the change in the network and the quality of the connectivity. And we can already see that the obstacles and the challenges that we had in the port and in such environments can be overcome with NaaS.
What we're doing here is just the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be hundreds of use cases in the port itself, and all of the industrial verticals that there are. These create significant underpinnings of how technology can be used to drive innovation and digitalization.
I'm sure you agree, this is really exciting use case, which creates tremendous value for everyone who operates in that port. In order to get there, you need a simple and yet powerful platform to empower developers out there. Programmable networks, a global platform with easy access to developers, and a growing partner ecosystem. I want to also thank GSMA Open Gateway community for selecting Nokia's Network as Code platform for the first hackathon on the Open Gateway. I haven't yet seen the results from there. I hope we learn a lot from those developers and that we get that as an inspiration for our work forward. I think the network API world is open, and I look forward to working with many of you there. Thanks a lot.